Okay.
Okay.
Techgus, ja, kinde. Okay. ʼaduwóos'i, ijiwu. Kwashukwaya.
Before we start off Tlingit, can you tell us how to say, is it living?
I would say kasegu ataga.
Kasegu.
Kasegu ataga.
Okay. Are you okay?
Okay.
Breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna cheese.
Yatsin is also living, but I think chasek would be like just because they say chasegu at is like just some kind of living thing.
Kasegu at. Kasegu at.
Yeah,
Kakatlot told us Yatsin again.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, is it breathing? Anyway.
Yatsin is alive. I mean, they're both alive, but yeah. So Yatsin again, is it alive? Chasegu at, is it a breathing thing? Chasegu at would also include fishies and just all kinds of stuff. So something that needs oxygen. Okay.
or has lungs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Kayani?
Kayani again.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions?
I asked Chiku, and he wasn't completely sure. I wanted to know how to say, is it bigger than or is it smaller than? Like, is it than a sagadi? Is it smaller than a sagadi?
Okay. Yeah, so I would probably say, I'll put blank, kayanach. Well, I guess it depends. Okay, so there'll be two versions. Kayanach, yek. So, sagati kaya nach age yeklake. That's how I would say it. And if it's so that would be a living thing. Otherwise, you'd have yekuge for a non-living thing. Hitkayanachake yekuge. And then go the other way, I think. So is it smaller than? Although that's one where I think it would be a kin. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was also yanach. But okay. I would think it would be a kin. So yeah, we'll run this by. Let's see, we run it by some speakers and see if they agree.
And what is the ka on the yanach?
So the ka is to compare. So like just you could say achyanach chetzin, stronger than me. But then once you're comparing something, it becomes like kayanach.
And with the smaller than, is it important as to whether or not it's living or not?
Yeah. So Yéi is a small living thing, and then Yéi is a small non-living thing. So you see the zeros are non-living, and then in the first case, L classifier for living, the second case, S classifier for living.
There's that classifier again.
Yeah.
Doing its work. These are good. Okay. Let's see. Any other? Let's see. I have a presentation on description.
Ooh.
Uh,
Ooh, found it for us.
Oh, okay.
Ana,
Ah,
Khatea, I was wondering on the word ageh. On some things you say geh, like Tigedi Kayanach ageh, Yek Tlege. What I thought that the ageh would be if you didn't have a subject there or something. So is there a difference on why you would say ageh or just geh?
I would say a ge if the thing before it ends with a consonant.
Okay.
It just gives it, otherwise it sounds like kinge,
Oh, so it has to be like closed.
usually.
Okay, closed. Yeah, well.
So like I'd say yekege, and that's yekinege.
Hinaga. Ah, yuck. Hey, gonna cheese.
And then the ge comes after whatever the thing is you're asking, right? So like I could say, iyetiege itlak ashat. Is that your child? Your sister is holding. Then I could say iyeti itlak ake ashat. Is that your sister that's holding your child? I could say iyeti itlak ashat ake. Is your sister, is she holding your baby? So little subtle differences, but I used to always just throw it at the end, and that's not the right way to do it. Sort of like iitke yan uwaha.
Oh.
Tlaiḳáa.
Mine are all at the end.
We're in the business of adjusting. It's okay. In case you folks haven't seen it, so here's just some general descriptions. So wasakaututlисек is what color is it? And then any of these, so you say yachyeti, so you could say kleitke yachyeti. Is it white?
Yeah.
Uchke yachyeti, is it black? So we're looking for a series of yes or no questions. So we're gonna get the ge and the age all over the place. Let's see. It says blue. Hot says light blue. Soo. For our Tesla speakers, they would say soom, and it's also blue. For our coastal speakers, would say soo, and it's dark green. Tleiḳáa is pale green. Kayani is just a straight green. For inland speakers, this is green. Is yellow, like a bright yellow, like this. This is tlak right there. Keishuku is a neon yellow. It's dog pee yellow. Chakluwu is an orangish yellow, like a school bus maybe. Goon is gold. Sheikh is orange. Ik is copper color. Sheikh is a dark rusty red. Nehinte is that real Tlingit blue in Northwest Coast art. Tlute is pink. Kanata kahini is purple. Tooch is black. Shawuch is a baby seagull gray. So you say shawuch yacheti we shawuch. Glate is white. And then dasa atchsati. Intakadiega. Is it a water creature? Atkatu ati. Atkautlayiji at. Nichka ati. Nechi ati. Dachtesego at is a living creature. Probably not a kayani. Yekuge, yektige, kayage, kauktige, shige, glige. So yege is big. So you say yege again. Is it big? But if you want to say yekuge, you're saying like this big. So you're showing us. Yata, yekuge again. Is it like that big? Same with the shige and yek shige. Yek gink, yek stink. Kawaka is too small. Dadzechao, it's hairy. Kadlichach, spotted. Acha nuch, or you could just say acha. So I could say like chatke acha. Does it eat fish? Chatke acha nuch. Either one. Does it always eat fish? Tau ataye yeti. Tau atake yeti. Or you could say tauke ataye yeti. Either one. Are there feathers around it? Atnatakinchika. Does it fly? The katauk kanachake natach. Does it sleep through the winter?
So Yanaka, that last one.
You could say shlekat, or you don't need shlekat. You could say tauk kanach age natach. Does it sleep through the winter? Shlekat tauk kanach age natach.
Good.
And while I'm thinking of it, let me throw a link to this in the chat. Where'd it go? Oh, where do I? Let's see. Achunki'in achun. Achunki'in age achun. Does it hunt with its friends in a pack? Achus yodiyat. Achus age yodiyat. Have long feet. Or you could just say a shadikachutzati. Does it have and so the jiwu, we're probably going to want to use jiwu a lot. We're going to push away from that a little bit. Chutzati is just like, does it exist? A shadikachutzati. Do its horns exist? So that would be moose, deer, caribou, janmu, tawe. Agukshiyat, agukakeshiyat are its ears long. So if it's an animal, we're going to try to use as opposed to du. Kutan. All right, so here's some things like kutan kawa sakwat yachkeyati. Is it brown in the summer? Ta kawa ihkide eke netekinch. Does it fly south in the winter? So these are the the markers to put it at a specific time or place. Now, again, the link to this is in the chat. Feel free to keep it open if it helps you to put these questions together. And then here, katuktuke yekuwa'u. Does it live in a cave? Nichkakake yekuwa'u. Does it live on the beach? Atkatukake yekuwa'u. Does it live in the forest? Asyik is in a tree. Hintak, tatuk or katuktuk. Hinyach, by the river. Ayach or Ayach, by the lake. Ashkotch, it lays eggs. Ashkotch again. Does it lay eggs? Hastushunaka, are they hunted? Atawu kautachach. Atawu ake kautachach. Are its feathers spotted? Achidi yek de wuch. Wuch is to be wide. Achidi is the tail of a non-fish or bird. Fish or bird has ku. Haskach sati ake. Do they howl? To have sharp teeth. Nuchake adayeti. Is there a shell around it? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, does it make its home with something? So you could say, Gantin age, Yéi At Wooneiyí. Or you can say Yéi At Wooneiyí. That's fine. Does it make its home with wood? Achakage shitzin. Are its claws strong? It's like an eagle, especially, you know. They say the raven has the strong sh. The eagle has the strong chak. Achaditzayake, a yabu, or klitziti. Right? So a yabu is it on its face. Does it have whiskers? Naukias yetu uchake. Do people use it for medicine? So here's na'atch or kanachich to go go somewhere in the wintertime. Kagenach yakagutch, walk slow. Kagenach yakagutch, does it walk slow? And then we have gashich, to run fast. Yasatk yakashich. Shia dehain, or teshawu dehain, somewhere. So you could say Juno kake, Shia dehain. Are there lots of them? And Juno? And then teshawu dehain would be not a lot. Qis shuyich would be things that live under the tide line. This one has to nu koech. Their shells are valuable. Okay. Duchai atike, is it an edible thing? I don't think I have that one on here. Duchai atike. See, I don't think there's anything new. Oh, do they walk around your house? Yéi shidatake hasna'atch. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Here's some places things could be. We're talking about the mountains, though, so we're kind of up on the mountains, right? Okay. Any other questions?
How would you say, does it whistle again?
Mm.
Aka ek ah. Aka ek ah.
Aku ek again.
Ek again.
Or what does it sound like? Did you cover that one?
Oh, yeah.
Ethel told me one time, what does it sound like? Wasa do achjinuch. But I don't know if that was specific to something she was thinking about.
Okay.
Aku ek again. Okay.
Let me put the whistling in there, then we'll move on to the sounds. Aku ek again.
Would you be referring more to a bird or something that sounds like a bird when you say whistle?
It depends.
Okay, because I know kushta sounds like a bird whistling, but
Yeah, they sound like something singing too, I think. They were singing to us this weekend. It was
atskani.
Atlenatskani.
I was going to go hunting in the morning, but I was like, nope. They were on either side of our tent, just whistle. Oh, it was first time I'd heard it like that. It sounded really interesting. Let's see. Yeah, wasadu achch.
She kept throwing in wasa do achjinuch, but I don't know why.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Make sure I'm getting that right. But then, and that's a good one to know. And then there's this other one, dua achsh, right? They're just a little bit different. But so how would you translate this? Wasus dua achsh.
Ish do a acht.
Just heard.
Or it sounds like it.
Wasus dua achsh.
He or she hears a cow.
Yeah, so, well, there's two ways that could be interpreted. Well, I guess maybe three. A cow can be hurt. A cow is making noise, or a cow is mooing. So dua achsh could mean make a sound, especially for like it's some kind of animal. It means it can be heard, but it depends on the context. You say nuktawe dua achsh, and it's hooting. But yeah, but if we're saying these yes or no questions, you'd have to say like, Gao yachake dua achsh. Does it sound like a drum? Or something yach dua achsh. So again, what we're trying to do here is we're all going to think of something that you could find that's on a mountain, And whenever it's your turn, we're all going to ask you yes or no questions and then try and figure it out what it is that you're thinking of. Any other questions?
How do we say, wasadu asak, I don't understand you?
Okay.
Would you say Hesachdaya kushuska.
I think I'm going to have to say that a lot.
Yeah.
Tleiḳáa X iyuqatangi. Or you could just say Tleiḳáa X. I don't understand. Okay, and then if it's something we can't really just explain, then we'll just switch to a different question. So we'll try not to come out of the Tlingit Gawu. Everybody try and ask some questions. Any other questions before we move to the Tlingit questions? Other ones could be As Kayani Kutzati or As Kayani Adayeti. Are there leaves around it? So that As Kayani would be leaves. Otherwise it'd be Tleiḳáa Adayeti. Are there needles around it? So now we can, if we know it's a tree, that'll help us get it down to, you know, the leafy trees or the pokey trees, scientifically speaking. Okay. Yéi At Wooneiyí. Yéi. Adisa di tuasuku ishu ko ayiqoa. Chakagachto ak Tlingit qinach aya. Yewe ak tuasuku. Kagachto ak. Wasagachto sa weta. Tuoya. Wedasa adat. Ya tiu de tan. Adate yukagachto saat. ʻaduwóos'i. Kia gwasgleig ʻaduwóos'i. Aqa awe kagachto aqyu'in kagachto nik. Dasa dat ayati detan. Gunshish. Shukwa aqoa adusa.
Tleiḳáa.
Oh, gunshish. ʻaduwóos'i.
Yatsin Aqua.
Ah.
Isitin Akshe.
Suyayanaka.
Isitin Akshe.
Akshe. Tleiḳáa X. Akshe.
Wasa Taududlisek.
Oh, just Tleiḳáa. Sagwat yachagayati.
Oh, okay. Suyayanaka.
Sagwat yachagayati.
Once. Oh, I can't. Tleiḳáa.
Gach again?
Dasa.
Gach again?
Tleiḳáa.
Tlingit At
Dasa.
Tlingit
Yan dakin atakwa.
Oh.
Tleiḳáa X.
Tsuyayanaka.
Tleiḳáa
Oh.
Dasa. Ayakoa.
Tlingit
Dasa.
Tlingit Ka Tleiḳáa X.
Ja, da die Tochter Nasliye aga. Ya kanda yitch. Like, chayeku. Unasle.
What's this? What's it? Sa Tsuyayanaka?
Esawa.
Esawa. Gunishish.
Tundatani too. Esawa.
Yak sheesh. A iti akoa adusa.
Kataya.
Oh, okay. Sheesh. ʼaduwóos'i.
At yandakin adiaga.
Tleiḳáa.
Asegu ataga.
Tleiḳáa.
Tuch yakyati aga.
Shayat aga.
Tleiḳáa.
Oh.
Haskachsatiaga.
Dasa.
Haskachsati.
Tleiḳáa.
Hastu heich age.
Hastu dasa.
Heich. Hastu ha. Age.
Tleiḳáa.
Has atcha aga. Wait aga. Has at.
Tleiḳáa.
Tleiḳáa aga.
Tleiḳáa.
Tleiḳáa.
Dasa.
Tleiḳáa. Oh.
Dark test away to I guess a go to school.
Hefasiku. It's not a, but it is ta.
Okay.
Okay.
In again.
In Tleiḳáa.
Gun aqua.
Tleiḳáa.
Yéi uch yachiti heksha. Yes again.
Tleiḳáa.
Kale again.
Kale. Tleiḳáa.
Juno Shayadahin again.
Tleiḳáa.
Dark test away to school.
Tlleiḳáa again.
Tleiḳáa.
Cut arc again. Cut arc.
Hefasiku.
Cooch Tega.
Micah, you do a star.
Cooch Tega.
Tleiḳáa.
Yéi At again.
Tsuyeyanika.
Yéi At again. Katsul Dana.
Tleiḳáa.
Tleiḳáa. Atuk again.
Dasa.
Atuk again.
Tleiḳáa.
Kusiat age?
Kusiat.
Sa'at.
Saat age?
Tleiḳáa.
Yéi At age?
Tleiḳáa.
Iq aqua.
Tleiḳáa.
Auk. Yes. Yéi du. Okay.
Tau Yéi du.
Auk. Yes. Yéi du. Okay.
Tleiḳáa, I think.
So Nain Cook Kayanach Age Yéi Tlingit.
Tleiḳáa.
Tleiḳáa age?
Tleiḳáa. Tleiḳáa.
Who again?
Tleiḳáa.
What tusaka?
Nichka.
Suyelaka.
Suyeyanaka. Give up.
Kegachtushit age?
Yéi At Tleiḳáa X.
Suyeyanaka.
Yéi At Tleiḳáa X.
Tleiḳáa.
Echotishit.
Okay.
Tusaku.
So, Hethquessa ku Tlingit Tlingit petroglyph.
Oh, Yéi.
Asaya Weklitsiti.
We couldn't find it, that word.
Kaduchagu atge. Is that it?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I was asking Lance. Is that the word? Kaduchagu atge?
What take we kachakwa in
Oh,
tech would do a tech ite age?
te'in.
A
Dayakashusike.
kachake would do a dot.
Oh,
That's it. Ku tech you do a sago at koa. Yak a tachonach yak a. Heshe yau to dock. I do eat sako ha eat that koa.
Gwalchat.
Oh yak a. Gook. China chanai woos.
Oh, that's a way a chat to the tank. Tlet islo.
Dachtasego atake.
Tleiḳáa. Kegutin ge? Tlechtasego kegutin.
Oh, how? Sheesh. Hesh a kegu kutzeti. Hesh a kegu kuste.
Ayachawa.
Oh, yeah, what? Iti ako chasaku. Sa achtu asaku. Eat ko ako. Kayani again.
Tleiḳáa ute.
Hase gu at age. Hase gu at age. Yatsin age.
Atin tleiḳáa at. Yatin ku'a.
Wow.
Gwell.
Shady Kunachye Kunagate.
So achin kanani.
Shady Kunachye Kunagate.
Yéi At.
Shady.
Oh, a shady. Has a shady do shaka.
Tleiḳáa.
Clack.
Dachun.
Clack. Has dasa. Has dasa a shady. Oh.
Tleiḳáa ge.
Has a daya pushes get Tleiḳáa. Dasa wa Tleiḳáa. Oh, shke. Gunalchish. Clack. Clack Tleiḳáa.
Yéi At.
Clash Uge. Did I say that right? You see what again? Clash Uge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what?
Clash Uge.
Yéi At.
So achin kanani.
Yéi At.
What Tlleiḳáa adawa.
Asha ake kutzeti.
Clash dutin dusha.
What age yaketi?
Dagwasa?
Goon age. Goon age yaketi.
Clash goon yach ute.
Atinda kinega.
Hesh jinduji. Is that what you say? Hesh a kidji.
Kusaka kutzeti.
Hesh du chus ute. Kudziti. Kuste. Hesh du chus kuste.
Ha'e.
Heltu jin, heltu rus.
Ashaqaziti aqor keltutini at yekshe.
Tleltu tin. Wash shadu jiwu. Tlelcha tin. Dusha.
Tachage.
Dakwasa. Tleltu tin.
Tachage.
Dakwasa.
Tach.
Tlelk dincha ach.
Atchdushiechaga.
Ooh. Yata de ya kanatain. Tlel. Atdush yech. Good job. Yechawet. Look.
Oh, yeah, way.
Tleltu tin dusha. Dakwasa. Yada kichueda. Tlelkwasa ko dakwasa dusha. What shaduji wuku
Atukzu heshwatasko.
Tlelkwasa ko dakwasa du tuk city.
Okay. How?
Tuk.
Easy, Johan.
Tlelkwasi. Slidzi. Yeah, slidzi. Gonna cheese.
So, yeah. Chakutatiga.
Was Chat.
Kanaiwus.
Yandakin atakwa.
Tleiḳáa.
Yatsin Aqua.
Dadzachau aga.
Yéi Yanaka.
Dadzachau aga.
Tleiḳáa X.
Tlleiʻáa At Wooneiyí. Tlleiʻáa At Wooneiyí. ʻaʻaʻi. ʻaʻaʻi. ʻaʻaʻi At Wooneiyí.
Duchai ataga.
Gonna cheese.
Gwallchwaach, gwall cwwch, helgydyn chwys y cwr duchedachsa. Hwdzaga.
Tleiḳáa.
How?
Tleiḳáa.
Yixagink aga.
Tleiḳáa.
Saglat Yakyati Aga.
Ah.
What's it again? What's it again?
Tlaic.
Sagadi gayanach age klige.
Ah.
Zisk kayanach age klige.
Tlaic.
Agwain clique kudziti.
Tlaic.
Tleiḳáa X.
Tlaic.
Oh, you already said it was brown. Excuse me.
Salk again.
Tlaic.
Kasakachage.
Tlaic.
Ah. Age.
Ah. Ah. Again.
Oh,
Ah. Yeti.
yuck. Hey, goodness cheese. How? Just Nasjan kat windet so ye away ye that achtua saguwe chakuta toa. Kausaguye uti goodness cheese, Johan, goodness cheese. That was really fun. We'll have to try it again, I think. So some of you folks didn't get to go, but I want to give you a chance to go next time. We only got 30 minutes left, so I do want to shift to something. We're going to go back to the perfective again, and then I've got a verb exercise for Monday. I also want to make sure everybody received the translation exercise. So you got a few weeks to work on it, and then we'll just start going through it. I just want to see how much you folks can accomplish. Try to do it on your own for a bit before you start working together. I know some of you like to work together, and I'm not discouraging you from working together, but maybe give it a week and crunch through it and then start working on it together. Just so you could see individually where you can get, and then start collaborating. There's been a bit of a Zoom sort of mix up. So what that means is I'm trying to set up a regular, just an open room for folks to just use for Tlingit whenever they want. In the meantime, feel free to use this link whenever, except for Monday through Thursday. Well, I think Monday through Thursday, 5:30 to 7:30. And then also Monday and Wednesday, 3:30 to 5. Other than that, use it anytime you want. At some point, we'll figure out what the Zoom confusion, the source of it is, and then we'll have these independent rooms, one for Tsimshian, one for Haida, one for Tlingit. So in the meantime, feel free to use this for study groups if you want to. It should be just an open link. So we're going to go back into the perfective, and then we're going to do that for a bit. And then Monday, we'll see where we're at with, I'm going to try and get to the future. And I know some of you have done this before, but then I want to do negative perfective and negative future, just to start, just continue practicing putting these verb modes together. So we're backing up a tad. But who can tell me what kinds of things we need to be looking at with this verb, right? So the verb themes are given to us in order to accurately predict the perfective mode of these. Again, we're going to go I, we, you, y'all, singular they, plural they, and then people. There's 4 things we need to look at on here.
If it has a O, then you can say the third person is awa.
We should expect awa, has awa. There's thing number 1. Okay.
I was never sure if about the second person, why it changed to ia as opposed to ye.
That's a good question. For the 0 conjugation verbs, it should be ia. For everything else, it should be ye. That's it.
Okay, contrish.
The third person without an object would be uwa. And then for the non-zeros, it would be woo. It's just another little wrinkle in the fabric. Okay, okay. So what's the next thing we need to know to predict what this is going to be?
The subject, huh?
Well, we're going to change the subject all the way through, but the next thing over, the classifier is 0, so there should be ya all the way down on both sides. Ya, 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 ya. Then the next 2 combine. They're right here. They're both closed. They're both zeros. So what should the stem be? For a perfective, closed, if it's 0 conjugation, they will all be short and high. So we should expect ach, 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 and then in. Okay? All the way down. So with that, we've got all the information there. Who wants to predict? And try to take turns. If you've gone a few times, and then wait a second. If there's too much time, then just go ahead and throw it out there. If you haven't gone yet, try it. Please just try it. I heard it. Qua'ach. We heard it.
Utuach.
You heard it.
Yéi At.
Yeah, well. Y'all heard it.
Yéi At.
Yéi At.
Yéi At, right? So yeah, Yéi At. If you are from Tessin, Ying At. You're gonna have a gamma right there. They, singular, heard it.
Awa ach.
They, plural.
Has awa ach.
It was heard.
ʼaduwóos'i.
Yeah, well. So again, what's going to happen here, the prefix will stay exactly the same, but the ach is going to change to in. It's very predictable. You picked, or I picked berries, sorry.
Hua in.
Hua in.
Hua in. Yeah, well, hua in. We picked berries.
Utua in.
Yeah, well, you picked berries.
Ia in.
Ia in. Y'all picked berries.
Ying in.
Yeah, away. Ying in or ye in. They, singular, picked berries.
Awa in.
They, plural, picked berries.
Us awa in.
Berries were picked.
ʼaduwóos'i.
Yéi At Wooneiyí, hon.
Same.
Sheesh. What are the things we got to know about these two verbs? Walk me through the 4 things.
No object.
So this one we should expect would, hus, would. This one has an object, so they will be different. We should have oude, hus, oude. Next thing. Classifier. What should it be?
Yeah.
It's a plus D though. So it's the 0 group, but once we add the D, it can't be ya. It's got to be
Yeah.
di, all the way down. Di, 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 on both sides. Both sides are going to be di. Last thing, it involves 2 different components.
You're gonna have a high tone, Mark?
Yes, so shuch as a 0 is closed. So a closed 0, we should expect shuch, 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 all the way down. What about the other one? Anybody know?
Long and low.
Say it again.
Is it long and low?
It's long and low because it's open, non-zero. All open non-zeros, everything non-zero should be long and low. If it's marked high in the theme, it cannot go low. So these should be T, 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 T. With that,
I have a question.
yes.
Go back to the top one. Is it S dash? No, I'm at the current page, but the shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Is it S dash D plus 0 classifier? Is that what that's trying to say?
Capital S means there's a subject.
Yeah, and then is that a minus D or a dash D plus?
Yeah, we say D plus 0, D plus S, D
Okay.
plus H.
All right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that is a little dash there, but not a minus.
Not a minus.
Okay, good.
Yes. We just don't mark it minus. We'll only mark it plus.
Okay. Hey.
Good question. Okay. Now, for the old schoolers, this does not really mean I took a bath. This means I bathed in the icy waters. It's up to you how you want to interpret it. So I'll just say, I bathed.
What do you shoot, guy?
Chwateshuch. So just keep it short and high. Chwateshuch. We bathed.
What to the church?
Chwateshuch. Okay. You bathed.
No.
Tleiḳáa. It's okay. We're just unfolding a new pattern. All right. So we had the 0s before. Yiddishuch. Okay. Now, once we get to the bottom, I'm going to show you a trick with all these patterns. Okay. Y'all bathed.
Ye dishuch.
Ye dishuch or ying dishuch. They, singular, bathed. No object.
ʼaduwóos'i.
No object. Aude is correct if there was an object. So if we take the off of it, what do we have?
Die Schutz.
There's no A on it though. That would be correct if there was an object. This one will be umde or aude. But
The
this one,
shuch.
would de shuch.
Oh.
Okay. They bathed.
Hus with this shirt.
Yes, that one should always be the fastest one. Okay, you just throw a hus on the front. People bathe. Now keep in mind, the fourth person cannot do de. The zero classifier must always be minus D. The non-zeros must always be plus D. Well, we're going to go back to just like the last one. So you can't add the L because it's a different classifier group. But it's a good guess. It's a good prediction. So the D will go back to the ya. And we have ʼaduwóos'i. All zero classifiers with the fourth person must be minus D. Doesn't matter what's in the theme. You cannot do de. Okay, just hang in there. And keep doing it. It does make sense. So now that you've got the pattern, not only do you have the pattern here for these ones, huade, watude, yide, this one will be aude or amde, but you now have the pattern for every single non-zero classifier. Because now you're going to have, if this was a L, it would be huatle, wututle, yishle, yishle, wushle, haswushle, and wududle. The pattern will reveal itself. With that, so we're going to say kach right before the verb. I put it on. Like a shirt or something. It'll be this right there, plus that. These should be all the same, except instead of shuch, we'll say T.
Oh. Kach ʼaduwóos'i.
Kach ʼaduwóos'i.
Oh.
Okay.
Kach ʼaduwóos'i.
Okay. And it's okay. We'll do it again. I'll post. I think I posted the chapter which sort of outline, and so this is showing you. This is the sort of the breakdown. This plus this plus this plus this is that, right? This is, and we're just learning how to put these prefixes together, and this is a step beyond looking it up and we're moving beyond memorization to pattern building, right? And it's gonna click. It's gonna click, right?
Soon.
What the T?
You say kach the T sometimes. Like, does it contract?
That shouldn't. I don't think it should contract. Good question. We put it on.
Kach watude.
Yeah, well. You put it on. Y'all put it on.
ʼaduwóos'i.
ʼaduwóos'i, right? They are singular, they put it on. We got to add the object in here, so it'll be different.
ʼaduwóos'i.
ʼaduwóos'i. So when a vowel contracts this perfective marker to a W and it's followed by a consonant, it will be M for Tessin and Carcross. That's the M marker right there. ʼaduwóos'i. They put it on. Plural. The hus has to come after the kach.
Kach has ʼaduwóos'i.
Yeah, kach has ʼaduwóos'i. So this kach is sitting on the outskirts of the verb. Okay. It was put on.
ʼaduwóos'i.
Yeah, kach ʼaduwóos'i. Okay, gunchi shuhan. Next set. What do we need to know? What are our three
An
big
object, we have awa and has awa.
Yes. Well, object with the S classifier, we should have ausa, has ausa, ausa, has ausa.
Ausa, has ausa.
Okay. And so there's the classifier. So we're going to have si, si, si all the way down, right? What about the stem?
High, long.
Short and high. Yeah.
So it's open and zero, long and high. Okay, so in the perfectives, the positives, the opens all have to be long. Zero's long and high, everything else long and low. Second one, it's got this little X, never changes. It'll be long and high all the time. Okay? Here we go. Yiguayachwan. Yakkitlak. Yagachkitlak. Okay. I know it. Yeah, where? Took a knee.
Oshaku.
Yeah, where? We know it.
ʼaduwóos'i.
Just add something right at the front. I think I heard it. Watusiku. Right? You know it.
Yisiku.
Yisiku, right? So this must have that Y on there. It has to be on there. Yisikuge. Chwasiku. Okay. Y'all know it.
Yisiku.
Yeah, away. Or ying siku. They, singular, know it.
ʼaduwóos'i.
Yeah, away. Or siku. They know it.
Haswutusiku or Wudusiku?
Hus, what? Close. So all we're going to do is we'll put hus right in front of this last one.
Snap.
Shwasa. Has ausiku. or hasamsiku. It is known. Again, all non-zero classifiers must go plus D. They just must be plus D with the fourth person. You cannot do se.
Wududzikuge.
Ye'aweh. Wududziku. Yake. So this one, object, subject, subject. We changed ku to nik. We've got every single one of them. Okay? And what we did between the last ones, we went chode to chwase, wutude to wutuse. We changed one sound in the whole prefix all the way down, just to mark the classifier. Okay? Hang in there. And nobody wants to get anybody sick right now. We just want to put that out there, or ever. This just for practice. I got them sick. Singular. I got her sick. Him sick.
Huasaniku.
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 We got them sick. That one person.
Wutusaniku.
Wutusaniku. You got him or her sick.
Isanik.
Yeah, away. Y'all got him or her sick.
Yisanik.
Yisanik. She or he got him or her sick.
Ausanik. Ausanik.
Ausanik. They got them sick.
Has ausanik.
Has ausanik. Yeah, away. Someone got them sick.
Ududzanik.
Ududzanik, right? So even though there's a bunch of stuff packed in there, what you're learning to do is build a prefix, put the stem on it. That's the big part of putting these verbs together. And the perfective must have the perfective marker, the plus I version of the classifier. Then you'll change the subject down. The stem is predictable based on whether it's open or closed and whether it's zero or not. So this is the conjugation type, which is built into the verb. Okay, we got time for one more.
May I take a guess on how you would say, I got them sick?
Mm-hmm.
Is that when you would add has choseniku?
Yeah, away.
Okay.
Where it gets complicated is when you say, they got me sick.
Oh.
Anybody got that one? Haschatwusaniku. And then they got us sick. Hashausaniku. Right? So but again, like once you throw an object, so once we master this, then we start stepping into moving that object around, right? Because the biggest thing for me is like the hus is outside of those object markers. So has-ha, has-chat, has-eh, right? And in that case, it was has-0 and then hua.
What about they got them sick?
It's has-ausanik. So that's the interesting part is has-ausanik could be they singular got them plural sick. They plural got them singular sick, or they plural got them plural sick. You can't tell, right? It could pluralize either one or both. Okay. Okay, last one. Tell me what we got here. There's an object, third person. We should expect ʼaduwóos'i or ʼaduwóos'i and ʼaduwóos'i or ʼaduwóos'i. Both have the object. They're both D plus S. Z, 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 all the way down. Fourth person doesn't change. Qach with q, it's closed, so it should be long and low, but it's marked high, so it does not go low. So it will be long and high. This one is 0 and closed, so it will be short and low. So we're going to have qach, 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 and nich, nich, nich. Okay. I cried for it.
Quadzikach.
Quadzikach. We cried for it.
Wutudzigach.
Tutzikach. You cried for it.
Yitzigach.
Yitzikach. Y'all cried for it.
Yidzigach.
Yitzikach. They, singular, cried for it. But there's got to be, we got to go ʼaduwóos'i. Did it? ʼaduwóos'ach or ʼamzikach, because the object is in there. So with the object, for a lot of things, like we're just not going to hear it because it's unmarked, except when there's third person. Then the object has to change to They, plural, cried for it. Has'autzikach. People cried for it, or it was cried for.
Duadzigach.
Wudzikach. Yeah,
I always get mixed up.
it's okay. Wududzi. So just, we got to keep that perfective marker in there. These ones, they will all be exactly the same, except for kach will become nich. I think this would be like sniffing around for it, but you know, I smelled it. Or I smelled for it.
Quasanik.
Chodzinich. Chodzinich. Okay, so it's short and z. We smelled for it. Or we smelled it.
Utudzinich.
Tudzinich. You smelled for it. Yitzinich. Y'all smelled for it. Yitzinich. They, singular, smelled for it. A'udzinich or a'mzinich. They, plural, smelled for it.
Has'autzikach.
Has'autzikach or has'amzinich. It was smelled for. People smelled it. Wududzinich. Whoever smelled it farted. Is that what the saying is? Okay, so we'll pick up here on Monday. I think I posted the perfective chapter under our Tlingit language page, but if I didn't, I'll post it again. It doesn't have all the answers in there for these fill in the blank ones, but we'll pick up from here. And so our next set of verbs will be L classifier, L plus D, SH, SH plus D. Then we're going to throw a little wrinkle in it by adding a thematic prefix and doing them all again. But then I'll walk you through what it looks like once you put ka or ya or sha or sh on it. And it does the same types of things. And so it's a big step, like learning how to do this stuff, but it's something we'll just keep going through it. Just keep, you know, sometimes grind through this stuff. Sometimes just look at a story and find the perfective verbs and see how these things are put into play. You'll see speakers do this stuff, and then you'll know why if you said ʼaduwóos'i, why they'll correct you to ʼaduwóos'i. It's all built into how that perfective gets put together. Sheesh. So bring your questions on Monday. We'll do the 20 questions things again, or whatever I want to call it. Tleiḳáa X. And we'll play that game again. You guys want to stick with mountaintop things, or you want to try something different?
No. We already have our things all set up.
Yeah, so some of you, if you didn't get a chance to go and we didn't get to ask you the questions, keep your same thing. If you already went, let someone else go on Monday. We'll start off with asking the questions game, and then we'll move back into this perfective. And you know, let's keep going through it. And there's folks who've gone through this 2 or 3 times, and they're probably still soaking new stuff up. Yéi At Wooneiyí.
That's Isawa Tleiḳáa X.
Was it Isawa?
Isawa Chitwu thing.
Porcupine. Oh no, Asawa is ptarmigan.
It's a ptarmigan.
Ptarmigan.
That's why I said porcupine.
Uh,
He was coming out.
that's a tluk or tluk. Tluk
Oh,
is
was it
tluk.
worm?
Nobody asked where does it live.
Oh, well, they gotta be, yes, yeah. So that's the other thing. Is like, you know, does it live in the dirt? So yeah, so this is
Or the ground, because sometimes like you could maybe say Wanganeen's kushta ituk yay
or kuya'u if you're in
like a nest.
Okay. Goodness, sheesh. You guys are so awesome. Don't worry if it's difficult, because it's a hard language, but you're doing good. You're predicting them. And if you're off, you're only off by a tiny kind. So, okay.
Can I share something? I'm taking a painting class, and painting is very difficult. And you get it wrong a lot. And someone said in the painting class, they said, it's one of those things that I want enough to do it badly. I'll keep doing it badly, but hopefully I get better and better. But I'm not going to let doing it badly stop me from keep trying.
That's right. And I make lots of mistakes, but I can speak the language. But it wasn't that long ago when someone said to me, we're really inspired by you because we can't understand you, but you just keep talking. And so don't worry about it. This is not, you're not in the business of perfection at all. We're not trying to get 100% on anything. We're just trying to, like, is it this? Is it that? Is it this? But if you keep trying, you keep throwing it out there, your brain will put the rest together. And then balance your stuff between the grammar stuff, just speaking, just listening, and then just going out and doing whatever spiritual stuff you need to do, mental stuff to just, you know, this guy told me, you speak it on the land, and it comes together in your dreams. So, Yéi At Wooneiyí, Goodness sheesh, ʼaduwóos'i, Tleiḳáa X, away. Yéi At Wooneiyí, Yéi At Wooneiyí ná Yachgati ʼaduwóos'i ʼaduwóos'i Tlingit. Yéi At Wooneiyí Tlleiḳáa X. Ya kudzigi dakate aya anakhascow dakate hajik aya yeyati achawe konne aya shukakakhla ye away way do we're gonna nudge in just a little bit. Nike Wishagachtu steen cake yagi
Nnilchist gad Johan.
Nnilchist y gersatini wa.
Gantish.
Oh, yuck.
Jagen.
hey kwati.
So I had a question. Could you say it lives in the ground? Tleiḳáa X. Does that work?
Yeah, it is in the ground, or Yéi. Tleiḳáa would probably be on the ground.
Oh yeah.
So you guys say Tleiḳáa.
Thank you. But I'm struggling with that. Yéi Wooneiyí.
Yéi. And then in places other than Sitka, they say ʼaduwóos'i. And that ʼaduwóos'i it means to reside somewhere. So,
Okay.
but that's one, it's sort of like, we tend to not use it as much as some of the others, but once we get into describing like animals and stuff, it works really well. Like
Okay.
it lives in a cave, or it lives in a tree. And so you're talking about where it resides, and where its home is.
Oh, well, if you're gonna say it lives in the forest, would you say tuk?
Yikt.
Yikt in the forest.
Atkatu yikt. Or yich. You got a choice there.
Okay.
But yeah, you yik in the forest.
Okay.
Just like same within a river too. If it's on the surface of the water, then it's gonna yik. But if it's in the water, it's gonna talk. Mm-hmm.
But I just had trouble with the oskatu. It's not a bowl. It's not a container. It just is, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
It's shallow. It's one of those ones where it's like, that's just how it is.
Okay. I'll accept it. I'm just trying to, okay. Oh.
I just sing that with my kids. Because if you look at the names, a lot of the things that are called Askatuyik Shah, Askatuyik. I think we're calling it Askatuyik Gishu, is what we're calling the boar.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Or Askatuyik Shah.
Yep, that's a spider.
Kind of a spider.
Or a beetle, yeah.
Oh.
So then in that compound, it reveals how things.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a class that goes right to 5:30 Monday and Wednesday, so I usually log on a little late.
Yeah, I did like an hour block. And like,
yeah, and then today I couldn't remember where to find your link.
Oh yeah, tlingitlanguage.com. So I updated the links on there, so they should.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought of that, but I didn't go because I knew that I hadn't been looking for links there, and it's time to go back and refresh my memory.
Oh, okay.
Oh, anyway, we're still chugging along.
Yeah,
slowly, but it's really cool. I'm gonna have a lot of people for you next year.
Sheesh.
Really dedicated, serious students. So
yeah, we got over 100 people this semester.
Nice.
Which is pretty amazing.
Just in Juneau, or are you counting the Sitka people?
Well, that counts Tlingit Haida and Tsimshian. So
oh, okay.
if you look at all of Indigenous studies, which include Alaska Native Studies and Northwest Coast Arts, we got.
You must have over 100 just in Tlingit.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I've got 55.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to check the numbers again.
You might wanna.
Yeah, and
Of
it's
course, I've been letting people come in when they can't afford it.
just do it. Just
I do. I mean, it's pay. The university's making their money,
Mhm.
and so it's like, so I probably have a couple of people in each class that, or they quote are just guests, but I treat them like full students.
yeah. I never tell anybody they can't come.
Yeah.
Which should be
Well, I felt much better when I realized that you were doing that too. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sweat it anymore. I was kind of being, shh, don't say anything. So, but whatever. We
hey.
got to get this going. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's starting to flap hard. We're not off the ground, but I can see we're starting to fly. We're trying to fly like fledglings. The
Yep.
language is trying to take off again. So
You're gonna get pushed out of that nest pretty soon.
I'm scared to get out of the nest. I'm just in that comfort zone, but I'm just so proud of you because you've jumped out of the nest and flown. It's an inspiration. It really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Chatsuk and cheesh.
Saya klasa
Yik diakin.
ay kwaya khwan.
Wetsu.